Welcome back to the Film Optimist, guys. Tonight I had the opportunity to see the newest film, The Killer's Game, directed by J.J. Perry. J.J. Perry is more known for doing stunts on big action movies, but he's gotten into the filmmaking game as of late, with his first film being Day Shift with Jamie Foxx on Netflix, where he's a vampire hunter. In this film, we follow Dave Bautista's character, who is a professional hitman who takes out only bad people. While on vacation, taking a week off because he's having severe migraines, he winds up falling in love with Sofia Boutella's character, who is a ballerina dancer, which is fitting because she was a dancer in real life before becoming an actress, and they play up her strengths here in this movie because she has some dance numbers in it, and she's wonderful. However, he is suffering from severe migraines, so upon going to get checked, he learns that he has a terminal illness that'll kill him in a few months, and because he doesn't want Sofia Boutella's character to see him go through this state of becoming a vegetable and eventually dying, he decides, let me make this quick and easy, and I'm going to put a hit out on myself within my own agency and have it done clean. It's only then that he realizes that the doctor made a mistake, and he's not actually dying. He just needs to get glasses for his migraines, and the hit he put out on himself is non-refundable. So now he has to deal with an entire agency of skilled assassins across the globe trying to kill him for a big price tag. All the while, he has to keep not only himself alive, but his new love interest, Sofia Boutella. Now, what can I say about this movie that's different from all the other movies that it's clearly inspired from? I mean, you've seen this story before, whether it be in the Jason Bourne films, A History of Violence, Leon the Professional, and even most recently, and the movie I talk about all the times when it comes to action films, because it's just the fucking standard nowadays, John Wick. You've seen the hitman on the run from his own agency. You've seen it in smaller things like the John Clancy series on Amazon Prime with Jack Reacher, or Jack Ryan, I always get them mixed up. So then why did this get greenlit if it's so similar to other projects? Well, for one, it's by the same people that brought a lot of the action to the John Wick franchise. And two, there are enough differences that could make it stand out amongst the rest. Now, no, this is no Leon the Professional, but like all of these movies, essentially the structure is like a hamburger, right? You have the bun, patty, bun. That's the core story about Hitman on the Run. Now, what makes them different is the condiments and the type of lettuce and the spices that you put with it. This movie has the benefit, outside of the John Wick films, of having great fight choreography, where Leon the Professional has really intense shootouts. Jason Bourne has that really quick cut shaky cam fight scenes. A History of Violence doesn't really have fight scenes, it's more brutal gun violence. And even John Wick, like, yeah, the third and fourth one had some hand-to-hand combat in it, but he was more about the gun fu. You know, gun fu is what made the John Wick movie stand out. Here, it really is the crazy, over-the-top, mixed martial arts violence. It also has the love aspect, where he falls in love with Sofia Boutella's character. In John Wick, you have the dog die, and Leon the Professional, he becomes a father figure. In Jason Bourne, haven't seen those movies in a while. I can't remember if he falls in love with that girl that's with him for like the first 3 movies. Anyway, here, it's that he has a woman that he now has to protect. But outside of that, it's really no different from the rest of them. There's more humor in this than any of the other ones that I've mentioned. They definitely play up the comical aspect of it. They even go as far as in giving Dave Bautista a lot of zany one-liners to deliver, which some work and some don't. Overall, my thoughts on this movie are it's incredibly in the middle, because on one hand, it is a basic story that you've seen time and time again. It has just enough right to get me right in the middle and not into the just horrendous territory. Starting off with the good, like I said, the fight scenes are really well fucking done here. They're really entertaining to watch, and fortunately, they're in about 75% of the movie, so the bad parts about the movie, the story and the dialogue, you only have to deal with about 25% of the time, and the rest of the time you're just enjoying yourself watching Dave Bautista just kick ass. The chemistry between Dave Bautista and Sofia Boutella is, I'm gonna say, good. It's passable. It's not Titanic level, obviously, but I bought onto the fact that they fell in love over the course of a couple months during his time off, and I genuinely cared about what happened to her when shit hit the fan. Also, one of the things I really liked about this movie, the hitmen that are coming after Dave Bautista are not faceless, nameless bad guys in trench coats and suits. They're all very colorful and very vibrant, and they all have very distinct personalities. So when we're not following Dave Bautista kicking ass and we're spending time getting to know these other hitmen that are eventually going to try and kill him, you're having fun watching it, and you're not bored and wanting to get back to Dave Bautista, because you're getting action from them as well. You're seeing how they fight and what their personalities are like and what their weapons of choices are. You have these Asian gang members that are very flamboyant in the way they dress and have very colorful toys and swords and weapons that they use to try and kill people. You have 2 Aussie brothers that have this really funny dialect between the two of each other, where they're talking in very broken English, using a lot of curse words, but there's subtitles on the bottom to show you what all the slang they're saying actually means. One of them is actually Scott Adkins, and he gets a chance to shine here and show off his crazy 360 spin kicks that he's known for. They're a lot of fun to watch. They're like two drunk brothers that just bicker back and forth. You also get Terry Crews here, who's like obsessed with the 1970s, and he has this 70s wardrobe. He's always listening to 70s music. It looks like he lives in like an Austin Powers type like shag pad. He also talks like he's from the 70s, like he's using the slang from that era. They're all very colorful and have like this distinct personality, again, that I had fun watching everybody on screen, not just Dave Bautista. So what don't I like about this movie? Well, for starters, the CGI is horrendous. It looks like it was done by a kid in a basement that hasn't fully learned how to use After Effects yet, so he's just buying stock like VFX and just pasting it over the footage. Like, you can clearly tell that when there's smoke around when a grenade goes off, the smoke's not actually there, it's kind of just overlaid on. The blood looks like it's PlayStation 1 type graphics, just like this cheesy, really brightly colored blood pouring out of people. As much as I liked all of the other bad guys, Pom Klementieff is in this film, and she's kind of the sole bad person assigning all these other hitmen to attack Dave Bautista. It's not that she's terrible in this movie, but I just love her so much as Mantis, and I love her so much as an actress, that she was just wasted here and given nothing to do. As I said before, there is a ton of like one-liners that Dave Bautista gives, and sometimes they're funny and they work, where he's like saying a quote like, "I hate to see you go, but I love to watch you leave," as he throws somebody to their death. But the other half of the time, it's just so cringy and pulls you out of it, and you feel like those words would not come out of this man's mouth. And the only time that stuff like that works, coming out of intimidating people's mouths, I feel like, is when it's an iconic character, like a Bruce Willis in a Die Hard. And I'm not talking about Die Hard 1, I'm talking about like Die Hard 4. Like, you earned the right to say something so cheesy because you're so iconic. Here, Dave Bautista isn't at that level of iconicness, so it just doesn't work. He's not at the level of an Arnold Schwarzenegger saying, "Stick around," when he throws a hunting knife through someone's chest and literally sticks them against a wall with it. Also, they do some things in this film that I fucking hate when they do in action movies like this, where they're literally being hunted by the world's deadliest assassins, but at the end of the movie, when the stakes are at the highest, they stop to do something romantic for like a half hour, not even thinking that death is so imminent. And I'm just like, if I was getting hunted down by these people, this thing that they're doing would be the last thing on my fucking mind. It's literally, it takes place in a church. You'll know what I'm talking about when you see it. But yeah, outside of that, like I said, this movie does just enough right that I can't sit here and say it's terrible, because if you're just a fan of really violent action movies with good mixed martial arts, you're going to get that here and you're going to enjoy it, as long as you could withstand the corny, cheesy one-liners and stuff like that. Is anything as good as the gun fu in John Wick? No. But I do think the combat's better than the Jason Bourne shit. I fucking hate shaky cam. Probably going to trigger some people saying that. I know a lot of people love the Jason Bourne series, but I just hate shaky cam so much. So when movies come in and they take an approach to action that the camera is still, so we could see all the beautiful choreography that the actors train so hard to do, I'm always going to appreciate that more than just the camera going like this all over the place, like in their face. I hate that. But yeah, I'm going to give this movie a 5 out of 10. I had just enough fun with it that I could say it is worth your time if you're into that kind of stuff. If not, and you want a good story, pass on this movie or catch it when it's on streaming. Also, I'm not gonna lie, I was really on the fence here, thinking about going to see Speak No Evil instead, but I feel like that movie's already gonna make a lot of money because it's James McAvoy and he's amazing in everything that he's in. And Dave Bautista has openly talked about how he wants to get better at acting. He's been going to school and losing weight because, well, not for nothing, but you don't see people like The Rock appearing in Martin Scorsese films. And I really want to support him and show up to movies that he's in, because it's not every day that he gets a chance to be the lead of a film. So I decided, you know what, I'll catch Speak No Evil when it comes out on VOD, and I'm going to go support Dave Bautista for this, because again, really like him as an actor and as just an overall guy. Anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Have I gave you a reason to go to the movies this weekend? If not, let's talk about it. If I have, let's talk about it. And as always, guys, I hope you have a great weekend, and I'll catch you next time.